Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is the next episode of the Gen 2 Archive. Another one in the making. Another one for the people, by the people. I'm one person. This is something like the previous one, only thing it's not about endangerment and all that, even though some of it applies to it. But this is something about a weird animal. A lot of people know of, but a lot of people just forget to exist and completely disregard. And when they remember what this animal is, they're just like, what the fuck? This animal is the weird one. This animal is the duck-billed platypus. This semi-aquatic animal with the head and feet of a duck, the body of an otter, and the tail of a beaver, which is crazy. It's a whole lot of mosh posh of all animals combined into one thing, and it's weird looking and acting and behaving and just weird in general. Also, another weird thing about them, their lineage is actually made up of a whole bunch of things. So not only are they mammals, they are also related to reptiles and birds, which makes sense. Birds make sense, they have a duck bill, but reptiles, that's a little bit, yeah. These animals are found throughout freshwater streams and rivers and stuff like that throughout Australia, and even some found in Tasmania. Gotta love Tasmania. Yeah. They can range from 15 to 25 inches in length, with males being bigger and females being smaller. Babies come out at about under 1 inch, which is crazy. Let's get into the nitty gritty of this stuff. So, the classification of this animal. So they're their own species along with echidnas, and there are 4 different types of echidnas, by the way. They're the eastern longbeak echidnas, the western longbeak echidnas, the Sir David's longbeak echidna, and the short-beaked echidna. So it's all echidna, but just different locales, and the only one being totally different from the other rest of the echidnas are going to be the short-beaked echidna. But yeah, that's basically all that they're related to. What makes the platypus so special, other than being one of the main characters in the hit show Phineas and Ferb? First things first, the mammalian traits. Well, what can be classified as mammalian? Just so we clarify this, these animals are mammals. Even though they have bird and reptilian traits, they are mammals. Capiche? Capiche. So, they have no nipples. Yeah, that's what we're getting to on this. The milk, actually, when suckling the young, it actually comes out just plainly through the skin on the belly of the platypus. And because of this less hygienic process, the milk has evolved to have strong antibacterial proteins to actually protect the young from outside diseases and stuff like that. So platypus, along with echidnas, are also the only mammals in the entire world that we know of right now that lays eggs. Female platypus lay about 2 to 4 eggs and 27 days after mating. After 10 days of incubation, the baby platypi are hatched. I don't know if platypi is the correct word, but it's fit. There's actually no footage of it being hatched, but it is said to be similar to those seen of echidna because they're related, and it's super weird looking. If you do not have a strong stomach or whatever, please look away. I'm gonna show it. This trait is also thought to be evolved from the transition from reptile to mammalia, like the missing link between those two. Which is the ancestor of the monotremes, sorry. Have I been saying metronomes this entire time? That's crazy. It's monotremes, guys, sorry about that. Oh, one thing you should know is that I'm literally just going part by part of the animal. So just basically bill, legs, tail. Well, I don't have anything on the tail, but you know what I mean. This video is all over the place. This is gonna be rough. Along with echidna. So every time I'm talking about this, it's gonna be along with echidnas, because they're related, they're intertwined. They're the only mammals that have a cloaca. So cloacas are little everything holes that usually birds and reptiles have. They poop, pee, and have sex through those holes. It's one hole, by the way. Yeah. And they have no stomachs. Food goes straight from the esophagus to the large intestines. Yeah, there's so many ways these animals are weird. There's nothing like them for real. Let's talk about the bill part. Yeah, the front part that looks like a duck. They actually work just like a duck's bill, in which water siphons out through the side of their mouth, where it has like little filters. The only thing that is not like a duck is that it's more suede. It's not hard like a duck. It's not made of like bone and shit. It's very meaty and fleshy and suede, and it's very flexible also. They use this to eat worms, crustaceans. Also, their bill has a superpower, by the way. Their bill has a superpower. Animal superpower, guys. Animal superpower. It's super sensory. And it's lined with tens and thousands of electroreceptors. Yes, this thing's electric, guys. And this helps detect movement in prey. So it does this by shaking head from side to side, and to pick up on the electro frequencies and stuff like that. The eyes, ears, and nostrils are mostly covered during underwater period of time. When they're underwater, they rely solely on that electrosensitive bill. This is wild stuff. Oh, one other wild thing. So males are venomous.
Oh, hi, venomous.
Spurs located on the hind legs of males. During breeding season. It's not lethal to humans, even though if you do get stung by one, it's often described as very excruciating pain that can last between days to months. Please don't get stung by a platypus. Oh, the way they move also is very weird. Unlike otters and beavers, which move with all four limbs plus a tail, these do not move like that. These are purely front-wheel drive, like a little Honda Civic. They use their front legs and just do this. It's funny looking. I will show some videos. This is not really important, but it's such a cool fact that they're bioluminescent. They have bioluminescent fur that can only be seen. A light spectrum humans can't see is shined upon them. It shows up as a bright blue-green purple. It shows up as a bright blue-green color. And it is thought to be used as camouflage for predators. The predators being the ones that can see that UV light. Unfortunately, though, I feel like I get into this on every episode of the John Johns. They're near threatened on the species endangerment list. And this is due to climate change that cause drought, which causes fragmentation in the river systems in Australia. And these animals rely heavily on that river infrastructure. And if that collapses, these animals collapse. Stop climate change. I'm telling you. From me to you. Oh, me to you. Stop it. Another fun fact about this platypus is when it was first described, it was thought to be a hoax. Just because, well, look at it. It's a duck and an otter and a beaver all mixed together. Yeah, it was thought to be a hoax, and it thought that they just basically sew all these animals together and was like, here, have it. They looked and there was no suture wounds, and then George Shaw described it and formally documented it. Well, not documented it, but formally like named it and all that. Shout out George Shaw for believing in us. They ain't believe in us. George Shaw did. God, I need to stop this. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I have on a platypus. Platypi. They're great. Shout out their cousins Echidnas too. Shout out, what's the boy's name? What's that dog's name? Shout out the boy Knuckle. And then shout out Perry too. Yeah, that's how we're in this video today. Thank you guys for watching. Please protect your species. Save an animal, save a friend. Get your shots in. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. This has been great, as always. And yeah, have a good one. See you in the next one.